Conservative commentator Candace Owens is getting dragged by the disability community for putting out some pretty disgusting commentary about an ad featuring a woman in a wheelchair. Take a look.
Really? That's all I'm going to say is really. I don't really understand how far we're going to take this inclusivity thing. I really don't get it. I don't know. And if I'm wrong, again, educate me. Today, I just want to be educated in the comments. If people that are in wheelchairs were thinking as they were looking around, like, you know what really upsets me? That I've never seen a bra and underwear advertised with a girl in a wheelchair. Why did they do this? I don't know. I don't know why this needs to be done. I'm just getting tired of this all inclusivity thing. It seems ridiculous. I mean, we're going to be on crutches and be like, well, how come we don't have a girl that's broken her leg on crutches also in a bra and underwear? I don't feel included. I don't know. I don't think I can buy panties. I just can't buy panties because I don't know. I don't feel included. Look, I assumed that people that were in wheelchairs also have to buy bras and have to buy underwear. It's just something that I just assumed that was a thing. I didn't know that we needed to see that in our face. I didn't know that now we're going to have to look forward to campaigns where women that are in wheelchairs are now wearing bras and underwears because we as a society just cannot get to the bottom of our ridiculousness, because that's what it is. We are being ridiculous, America. When I see stuff like this, I just go, whose idea was this? Was it your idea? Okay, you're fired. I'd like to fire the person who was behind this ridiculous campaign. And by the way, I think people in wheelchairs will back me up on this. I think they're on my side. I think they think this is stupid. Let's all just agree today on Tuesday to stop.
Well, you know what? I think you should probably take your own advice and stop. You should have stopped before you even began. How could you not look at that segment and go, maybe I shouldn't put that out there. Maybe this would be a bad idea. Look, here's the thing. She asks, whose idea was this? Whose idea was this? Why do you care? Let me just break this down simply for Candace Owens, who seems to have an issue here and can't figure out why. It's not for you, Candace. This is not made for you, and not everything is supposed to be made for you. You are not the center of the universe. It doesn't affect you in any way negatively. Why does this bother you? Why is this a problem? Oh, I can't stand that when other people want to feel included. Really? Why is that? Why is that? You know what it comes down to here? I think that she does not want to see people with disabilities in public. She does not want to have to be subjected to knowing that disabled people exist. It is uncomfortable for her. Really. That's why she says, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see them. Why is this in my face? It's just so ridiculous. Look, this whole argument that she's been making is so super incredibly messed up. And it's the exact same attitude that allows for the continued discrimination and dehumanization of people with disabilities. And by the way, she's not the only conservative figure who has said horrible things about disabled people. Do you remember Donald Trump making the statement about the Paralympics? He said, what happened with the Paralympics was so incredible and so inspiring to me. Oh, okay. You should stop there. And then he said, and I watched. It's a little tough to watch too much, but I watched as much as I could. Why was it tough? Why was it tough to watch? And why would you say that? Why do some able-bodied people have such a hard time acknowledging the fact that people with disabilities exist? I mean, this is insane. And by the way, she's flipping out over an ad that actually has been around for quite some time. So let me give you the details. Kim Kardashian actually she has a shapewear company called SKIMS. And what they're doing is that they're selling an adaptive line of clothing for people who are disabled. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. That's great. Adaptive shapewear is actually designed to be more accessible to people with limited mobility. And I fail to see the problem. Great. I think it's wonderful that that people have more options for accessibility. That's wonderful. That ad campaign is over a year old. So what's going on here is Candace Owens went in and dredged the internet for something to be angry about. That's really it. Now, her doing so is totally on brand. Totally on brand for her. Now, that said, the response here, because, she got pushed back. In fact, the model Haley Rosa, who starred in the SKIMS campaign, she fired back on TikTok. She said this, quote, "We both studied journalism, but since only one of us seems to have finished our degree, I'm happy to educate you." Well, I mean, Candace did say, well, I need maybe someone should educate me on why I am wrong. Well, here we go. She said, "I think it's horrifying what she said." Oh, I'm sorry. This isn't the first nor the last campaign you will see with a wheelchair. We're not only in adaptive campaigns, we're everywhere. I think it's horrifying what she said. It's disgusting, and it's really setting a really bad example for people that actually do follow her. This is what she told The Mirror. This is the British newspaper, The Mirror. "I don't think any body is not worthy of being seen, and the fact that she chose my body to talk about how basically unimportant people in wheelchairs are, and the fact that we shouldn't even be shown, was disturbing." There's another disability advocate who weighed in. She said this, "I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome and orthostatic hypotension." This is Liv Hanning, who said on her TikTok, "So all of these things combined can make it really hard for me to bend down at times, so these pants that I'm wearing actually have a zipper, so I can just take them off that way." Great. Again, you're making people's lives easier and better. Isn't that the whole point? Now, another advocate named, with the Twitter handle Blue Alexia. Here's what she posted in a very emotionally charged video. Take a look.
Candace Owens. I thought a long time before I decided to make this video, but I think you need to be addressed. For you to get on camera and to say, how much more inclusive are we going to get because you don't want to see wheelchair users featured in a beauty campaign or a SKIMS campaign, is so disgusting to me that I'm almost like, my God, Candace. You know, once upon a time, inclusivity meant women that looked like you. So you should know firsthand what discrimination feels like. And so for you to face that and then say, you know what? I'm going to question why we're including wheelchair users in a beauty campaign because you don't want to see that. How do you know people want to see you? There's a lot of people that don't want to see you. But yet you keep getting on these platforms and saying what it is that you have to say because you feel like your voice matters and you want your voice to be represented. The same way that I want my wheelchair to be represented. Like, what's the problem with that? What's the problem with people who have missing limbs being featured in beauty campaigns? What, you don't think we're beautiful? What's wrong with it? You don't think that it's important for someone like me to see myself represented? Like, what's the problem with it? The problem with it is you. The problem is self-hate. Because what in the self-hate is this?
So, look, that's a wonderful response. And it's a perfect response. Look, let me just add, too, to this. Candace Owens absolutely does know what this is like. What it is like to be discriminated. For something that she can't change. She literally sued for discrimination based on her race and won. She was discriminated against, sued, and won. And so she absolutely knows. But like, that's the thing though. She knows this. And yet what she is doing is saying all of this hateful, terrible stuff for money. I don't believe that she believes a damn word that she says. It's all about money. It's all about greed, which actually makes her an even worse person than if she actually believed the stuff that she talked about. Because it shows how callous she is, how she does not care about other people. And again, the more, and it's even worse because she knows that this kind of stuff is going to get her attention. The more she knows, the more that she attacks marginalized communities and says the most outrageous, disgusting things, the more attention she gets. Maybe it's not going to matter from someone like me, you know, it's got a small audience, but this is going to get more attention on the bigger outlets. People are going to be talking about it. And when that happens, the more attention she gets, the more money she makes. And at the end of the day, that's what it's unfortunately all about for her.